coming to you from a studio somewhere out there. It's Enough Already Radio with Fingers Malloy and Tracy L. Connors.
And here we are once again. It's the Enough Already podcast. Tracy, we calling this the Dirty Podcast? What are we doing here again? I forgot.
I think so. Explicit.
Explicit.
NC-17. Parental advisory warning brought to you by Tipper Gore.
You kids under 30, ask Jeeves Tipper Gore.
And that was in response to Two Live Crew, right?
Yes.
So ask Jeeves about that one, too. I think my favorite Two Live Crew song is called Fuck Martinez.
Wow. So you're saying you are
I'm positive. I'll try to find it.
Two Live Crew aficionado.
I know 3 or 4 of their songs, and Fuck Martinez is my favorite.
Oh, I just remember Me So Horny.
Yeah, no, Fuck Martinez is a good one, because it's basically the entirety of the song. It's just that on a loop.
See, back in my day, Tracy, I'm quite a bit older than you. We had a thing called Video Jukebox.
Okay.
That was a thing. And back in the early 90s, you would have Video Jukebox as part of your cable package, and you could call a 1-800 number, or probably 1-900 number, and request videos.
Cool.
And they would play it on Video Jukebox. And Me So Horny was on all the time. Me So Horny and Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby.
Of course.
Too Legit to Quit. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Some lame MC Hammer. Yeah, it was basically all
as opposed to
hip-hop.
the non-lame MC Hammer.
Well, at the end of his career, he tried to be all gangsta rap.
Yes.
Which was embarrassing. Pumps in a Bump.
Yes. Oh, and that makes me think of Sir Mix-a-Lot, which was probably in there too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oddly enough,
good era.
Though, the song was Beepers. That was on all the time. Remember Beepers?
No.
Oh, you don't remember Beepers? Love that song.
No, I'll try to find it and put it in the show notes so that everybody can enjoy it. I'm guessing that people like Fuck Martinez better than Beepers, but we'll see.
Probably.
We'll take a poll.
But Video Jukebox was huge back then. But I didn't know what we were going to call this because, we were going to call it Dirty. That didn't really make sense to me because while we do use salty language, it's not like it's sexually explicit or anything.
Oh, that's true. No, we can just say mature audiences only.
And there you go. So this is what we're doing from now on. We're going to release this on a Friday where we don't have to worry about the FCC. This is our podcast the way it used to be. And then Sundays we'll release the Wham Show.
That's the one you can listen to with the kids.
Right, kind of.
Unless you don't care what your kids are exposed to. Because remember, the more words they hear, the smarter they're going to be.
That's true.
That's how it goes.
We do spend a good 5 minutes on the Wham Show this week talking about Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
So, no, there's that. So check out the Wham Show. Well, on Wham, 1600 a.m. in Ann Arbor at 6 a.m. on Sunday.
I'm sure all of you are going to wake up then to listen because, Fingers and I do every week.
We do.
Yes.
But if you don't catch it there, of course, you can catch it at enoughlalready.us and on SoundCloud, Stitcher, the TuneIn app, and iTunes. While you're on iTunes, if you go ahead and leave us a 5-star review, we'd really appreciate it. I've seen people in the last few weeks leaving some nice reviews there, and every little bit helps.
We appreciate it, and just know that Fingers checks that on a daily basis and updates me.
I don't check it on a daily basis.
Sure.
But I check in from time to time. No, what I check on a daily basis is our stats on SoundCloud because I find it absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, I saw we got a lot of listens from Mexico. So bienvenidos, mis amigos.
We did. And from the Russian Federation.
Cool.
I mean, I could run down the list if you want me to. Romania.
No, great.
You don't want to hear? Where?
No, if it makes you happy, go for it.
The United Kingdom, Australia,
Mm-hmm.
Ireland, Japan, Sri Lanka.
Konnichiwa. Mm-hmm.
Did I say Ireland already?
Yes, but that's okay. You can say it twice.
But you're right, Mexico.
I saw. There were multiple from Mexico. I figured spring break or something.
Right, Canada.
Oh, man.
And they don't tell us everything on SoundCloud. The stats on the back end there, because it also said, they list 12 countries. And then
top
it's
12.
Yeah, and then 20 other countries, but they won't tell me what countries.
We got to get those numbers in Latvia up so you guys make the top 10, because that's
Right?
Fingers' favorite country. Not that he's ever been, he just really likes saying it.
Well, it's considered good luck in Latvia.
Of course. Oh, man.
I mean, there's so much we could talk about this week, and we talked about some of it on the Wham show. So I don't want to get into too much. Well, like the bombing over in Manchester. Other than it just, if you have a kid, I mean, I've got two daughters. One 13, one 8. I believe the youngest victim of the bombing over there was 8 years old. It just rips your heart out.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna keep playing patty cake with these fucking bastards. And it's maddening to me. Remember, during the campaign, walking into an event for Trump in Davenport, Iowa, and a guy outside selling t-shirts saying, "Bomb the shit out of ISIS." Bomb the shit out of ISIS. I hope we're bombing the shit out of ISIS.
The problem is they're everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the problem, though.
That's the problem. And I don't know what the solution is.
Well, you've got to throw them out of the earth, Fingers.
Well, at the very least, I don't think it's too much to ask. If you know someone in your country, whether they are an American citizen, or if they are someone who has traveled here from overseas, and they visited an ISIS camp, they need to go away.
Yes.
I mean, what are you going to tell me? That, they weren't really there for terrorism purposes. They were trying to sell them Plexus. That's
this weird diet fad thing. Go to ISIS training camp. It's better. It's better than CrossFit.
Yeah.
Tell you.
You need to go now. Where were you? Oh, you were in ISIS? You need to go.
But where do I go?
Not my problem. You need to go away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how... You brought it up on the Wham show. What was it, 400?
Yes, that was Nigel
Britain?
Farage gave that stat on Tucker Show the other night, that there are 400 people living in the UK right now who have gone to join ISIS and returned home.
No.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. You made that decision. Don't tell me afterwards, oh, you know what? I missed my mom. Changed my mind.
Yeah, did you know they don't have blood pudding over there? Can you believe this shit?
Let's have blood.
They won't let you drink. Yeah, blood pudding. It's a thing. There's just blood.
Nope.
They won't. Yep. Nope. Bye. You're out. Done.
Sorry. Gone. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Well, where will I go? I don't care. I'll tell you where you're not going, Manchester. Get the hell out. Apparently you made some friends over there. I'm sure they'll put you up. I mean, Jesus. It should be a no-brainer. I mean, we've lost.
You just don't understand. You just don't understand. Why are you so hateful?
Yep. I'm hateful. We've completely...
You really are.
We've fucking lost our minds if we cannot... And I'm going to pretend that we are in Great Britain for a second here.
Okay.
If I, born and raised in London, lived in Great Britain my entire life, and I'm told that there are people in my country who have gone off to ISIS camps and then come back into the country, it's vigilante time.
What are you going to do?
It's vigilante time.
Going to go all... Yeah.
I mean,
you're going to turn into... You'd be running around with Tommy Robinson.
Right?
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing that's really ridiculous. Is I'm not saying go into every mosque and cause a stir, cause violence, attack every Muslim that you see. But if you know of 400 people in your country that visited an ISIS camp and you're cool with that, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
Yeah, if there were 400 people that had been to Africa at the height of the Ebola scare that were allowed back into this country, imagine what the hell people would do.
Oh, my God.
And those people actually present with symptoms. You know, this is an intellectual disease. It's in these people's heads. There's no way to tell. That's the tricky part of all of this. So you do have to resort to extreme measures with this stuff. And if these mosques aren't willing to turn these people over, then I don't know what else you have to do. If we're going to have to infiltrate all of them, but who can trust the goddamn FBI and the NSA and the CIA? They're too busy listening to everything the rest of us are saying to focus on these guys. I mean, how many times do we have to hear in the States, and the same thing with this guy over with the Manchester thing? Well, he was under surveillance, but they just didn't have enough on him.
Yeah, how many times are we going to hear that? That's a golden oldie now.
Fuck you. Everybody's under surveillance.
Right.
That's the thing. That's the problem there, Jack. And if they're that... It's too much.
No, we've completely lost this war. If there are people, and it seems to be a lot of people that don't even want to go there when it comes to getting rid of the 400 people in the country that visited an ISIS camp.
No, we just have to learn to be more tolerant.
If you want Katy Perry leading the battle, then we've lost the battle.
Yeah.
Because you aren't going to win it with hugs. It sounds
well. If
wonderful.
You hug a suicide bomber, it might lessen the damage that they're able to do. If you act as a human shield while they're exploding, that could be fun.
Well, and I suppose too, if Katy Perry were hugging them,
yeah,
they may want to let that embrace last a little bit longer because it's Katy Perry.
No, I want the hug to happen right before detonation. That's what I'm talking about. You know, like it's basically the equivalent of jumping on a grenade, but we're doing it with a happy face and a smile and a warm embrace.
Wearing a
and
Coexist
then you get to blow
t-shirt
because you're a fucking idiot. Mm-hmm.
Maddening. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm not optimistic. You can't convince me. You never will be able to convince me that the United States government can properly vet these people.
Oh, no. No. And even that's only part of the problem. Fingers, like we've just seen with Solomon, Abedi, or however you want me. I don't even care if I'm mispronouncing his name. Fuck him.
Right.
He was a first generation guy.
Right.
You know, same thing with, what was it, Omar Mateen? And the guy the Ohio State guy was a refugee. But the people that have perpetrated attacks in this country on Americans, most of them have been first generation.
Yeah.
So there's no, I mean, how do you prevent against that? This is a mental fucking illness masquerading as a religion.
That's very hateful, Tracy.
Well, it's
filled with hate.
Fucking true.
You're
It's sociopathy.
You're going to incite a backlash.
Oh, please. If only. I mean, the backlashes that we get are the sporadic, like, oh my God, somebody threw a pound of bacon at a mosque. I'm not kidding you. There was a pig head left at a mosque in Philadelphia, I believe, and everybody's freaking out. The mayor's on TV, almost in tears. Oh, give me a fucking break. A pig's head? And then, of course, the story went away, so it's making me wonder whatever happened. It's probably...
For Christ's sake, Gene Kasem tried to throw meat at Carrie Kasem outside of Casey Kasem's house during the whole battle over custody of Casey Kasem.
His body. But that's not a hate crime, Fingers.
It's still meat.
Unless he was a vegan. Or one of them is a vegan.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Carrie's a vegan.
Yeah.
But still.
Okay. Well, that's the extent of the backlash as far as I know. I mean, I'm sure there are some other things, but no major incidents. You haven't seen a whole bunch of these alleged racists that roam the land around here. Not that Islam is a race. It's not. But you know what I mean. Storming into a mosque during prayers and just starting to whoop ass.
Can I put my fears about a backlash towards Muslims on the back burner when we got kids walking out of a concert in Manchester pulling out human skin out of their hair because people around them got blown up? Yeah.
Let's be honest. Do you spend a lot of time worrying about backlash against Muslims?
I do every day. The first thing I do is I check and see if anybody's written a review on iTunes for the show. And then I worry.
And then you check the hate crime stats.
Yes.
You go to the Southern Poverty Law Center and see the most recent update.
That's my go-to source for accurate information on hate crimes.
That's the gold standard.
Unbelievable.
It's pathetic.
I don't know. So there's that. The whole world's gone mad. Fucking Don Lemon. I don't want to get into it again because it's going to be on the Wham show, but interviewing a mother of a victim for 20 minutes, and it was the most excruciating interview you'll ever hear in your life. It's exploiting her. She's, of course, a wreck. And nobody in the control room can say, Don, knock it off. And then he tells her to turn down her TV. A prick. I walk by, every night at 10 p.m., I walk by a television. I should start taking a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Every night. Of what it says on the bottom of the screen. What do you call it? The Krylon? What's that?
The Chiron.
Krylon is something else, isn't it? What's Chiron? I don't know. The Chiron at the bottom. It's always Trump, Russia. Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia. Every night. You'd think that would get old after a while.
You would.
But if you get an opportunity to listen to that interview, Tracy, I highly recommend it just so you could be as disgusted as I am.
Yeah, one day when I'm sitting around being like, God, I wish I could feel disgusted right now. I will YouTube that bitchy right up.
Yeah, do me a favor. Say, I want to be as disgusted as Fingers right now. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to eat 8 Swiss cake rolls.
Okay.
Chug a liter of cherry Pepsi, and then watch Don Lemon. I mean, who the hell is Don Lemon? Somebody explain this to me. You could put any warm body on at 10 o'clock at CNN and get some sort of ratings, couldn't you? I would think.
Probably. Yeah, I would imagine.
Oh, he's terrible. It's going to drive me to drink cherry Pepsi right now. Oh, so there's that. Whole world's a shit show.
It is.
Kids being blown up at a stupid concert, and we got people out there worried about there being some sort of backlash against Muslims. Okay. What else is going on, Tracy? I could talk about this all day and not say a word.
I know. I know you could. Oh, well, meanwhile, President Trump is pushing bitches out his way, which is my favorite story of the day. So his foreign trip has been quite a success, and you can tell because the media has nothing to talk about other than what Melania is wearing and whether or not they're holding hands. And then he went and spoke in front of NATO today and told all those cheap bastards they need to pay the fuck up.
Make NATO great again.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, make NATO pay again. And then they were lining up to take the group photo. Just such a joke. Remember that time we were all together and President Trump yelled at us because we hadn't paid the bills and then we had to all stand and smile? Well, the Daily Mail has the great video where Trump's making his way to the front because damn straight America's standing in the front. We'd pay for this shit. And then this little twerp, the Prime Minister of Montenegro, whose name is Duško Markovic, was in his way. So he just moved him. And then he straightened out his coat jacket to be like, damn straight, bitch. I don't know why we let your little pissant country into this mess. Thank you, John McCain, throwing a fit on the Senate floor over that. But, yeah, that was the highlight of the day today for me. Just being brash Americans. Telling the Arabs to throw out the Muslims, throw out the extremists, throw them out of your mosque, throw them out of your whatever, throw them out of the world, whatever the hell that means.
Well, you know, I mean, let's be honest, too. Then this Montenegro photo thing. Imagine if there's a big charity concert and they're going to take a group photo and there's Paul McCartney and the lead singer of Chumbawamba is trying to stand in front of Paul McCartney.
It would be like the basis of Chumbawamba trying to stand in front of Paul McCartney.
Like, excuse me, sir. you over there, you need to move. Get out of Paul's way.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you're in the you're in the Proclaimers. Okay, Chumbawamba. Yeah, what the fuck ever. Just move.
Yeah, you would walk 500 miles behind me because that's how far back you need to stand in this picture. I don't even know why we let you in. But I wish you would have done that to the Pope when the Pope gave him the gift. This is another thing that I find highly amusing. So, you know, he was at the Vatican the other day. I know you have no interest in the Vatican, Fingers, whatever. No. But I would recommend everybody that hasn't been there to definitely get to Rome and check it out.
It'd make a beautiful casino.
It's just amazing. Yeah. It looks quite a bit like Caesar's Palace.
They probably ripped off the design, right? To Caesar's Palace. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody
knows Caesar's Palace. Yeah. Built in 900.
It's a joke, people.
Yeah, we're not that dumb. But yeah, so Yahoo News, which is my go-to source. No, they actually stole this, it looks like, from The Independent. But Trump was given a gift during his meeting with Pope Francis at the Vatican. Mm-hmm. A papal letter detailing why the world should fight against climate change. So this isn't, when I first saw the headlines, it says Pope gave Donald Trump a 192-page letter he wrote on climate change. I'm like, God damn, that guy's got a lot of free time. 192-page letter? Is that single-spaced, handwritten? How does this work? Is he like parchment with quill? I don't know if there's some official Pope stationery. Like, God. But then you come to find out that, oh, no. This is an encyclical that he issued in 2015. So this is an old note.
Ugh.
He didn't even write something new for him. And it reminded me of the time that Obama gave the Queen that iPod with his speeches on it.
It's balls.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It is balls. Like, here's this gift that I made for you. It's just my musings on why everybody should give a fuck about global warming. And you think the Pope of all people would see what global warming is, and that's a competitive religion.
You'd think.
Yeah. People are probably giving more money to the Church of Climate Scientology than they are to the Catholic Church these days.
Well, I'm sure Donald Trump will read the letter, right?
Oh, please. He's probably like, can you believe this shit? King Abdullah gave me the collar of Abdiz Azul, the what the fuck, but it's gold. This bastard over here gives me some 192-page letter he wrote about climate. Get out.
Almost makes you want to convert to Islam.
I know. And Trump's like, I pretended to be Christian for this.
The gifts are better.
Exactly.
God. But of course, the news out of, was it the Vatican, or was it Jerusalem, where Melania slapped his hand away?
I believe that was in Israel.
Was it in Israel?
I don't know if they landed in. I don't know where they landed, but it was after they got off the plane.
Why does anybody give a shit about that? I don't care. It's one of those things where I could see it being kind of a joke on Saturday Night Live. But that thing took off for like 2 days, that story. Every lefty media outlet picked it up. Like, oh, did you see that? Well,
it's because you don't have to know anything about anything to comment on that.
Yeah.
You could totally get away with not talking about the historical significance of the fact that they flew from Saudi Arabia to Israel, which can't happen any other time. Basically, can't talk about how well he did in Israel or in Saudi Arabia, and that's all subjective as well.
And it makes
I would rather not be giving this out.
It makes a nice GIF, GIF.
Oh yeah,
GIF.
Yes. Say it whatever way you want. Tomato, tomato.
I think it's GIF, isn't it?
It's supposed to be pronounced that way, but people started saying GIF, so it's now become GIF.
Ugh.
It's like irregardless is not a word, but now it's in the dictionary as a word.
I have a friend that says irregardless all the time, and it drives me absolutely nuts.
Oh,
do I call him out on it?
No, just let it go. If you start saying supposedly, though, you might need to put an end to that.
Well, irregardless of the hand slap by Melania, I think that their marriage is in good shape. And I base that on absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I think they're fine. I don't really care.
Makes no difference to me.
No.
The country survived the Clinton marriage in the 90s.
They survived the Kennedy marriage in the 60s. And Johnson and his wife. It's like, yeah, it's not a big deal, guys. Everything's going to be okay.
Can you imagine what it would have been like for JFK if social media would have been around in the 60s like it is today? We had the internet. Oh, my God.
No, on TMZ.
Oh.
He wouldn't have gotten away with half the stuff he did.
TMZ would have had a reporter outside shooting video of Marilyn Monroe getting out of the limo.
Oh, she would have sold them tapes that she had of him.
Yeah. And she'd probably still be alive.
Yeah. Shame.
Didn't suffer the unfortunate Democrat accident that happens to people who cross Democrats in some way.
Yeah, when you fall down backwards onto a gun, it goes off and takes off your head.
That'll happen.
Yes, I know she didn't die of a gunshot wound. Thanks.
We're taking liberties with the story.
Yeah, why not? Well, he did. Or did he?
I think it's kind of gross that he and Robert were tagging it at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be, like, weird? Like, oh.
You would think.
Oh, me and my brother share everything, and I mean everything. Ew. Ew. No. Ew. God. There's not some other hot Hollywood starlet that Robert could be banging at the same time?
Apparently not.
I love how...
Really makes you think.
How did this happen?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Took
missed
a wrong
the old.
turn down a blind alley.
I missed this old format. Talking about a terrorist bombing 1 second, and the next minute you're talking about Robert Kennedy banging starlets.
Yeah. There's nowhere we won't go.
Oh,
And talk about people getting fucked over, Fingers. You talked about the people that keep sending you emails to draft Laura Ingraham for Senate
it's disgusting, and
in Virginia.
they're preying on old people.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the Daily Caller, who seems to be the only outlet now who pays people to do investigative journalism, had a story how a shady super PAC convinced 20,000 conservatives to hand over their money. So this sounds like the same exact scam that you ran across. And this is Peter Hasson. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I actually do care in this time, unlike the terrorist asshole. So this is about a PAC that was set up to draft Sheriff David Clark to run for Senate in Wisconsin, even though Sheriff Clark has nothing to do with these people and has no plans to run for office. And every time he's asked about it, says no, 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 no. But that didn't stop some guy named Jack Daly, who the Daily Caller describes as a less than well-known political operative. And the PAC's board members include your favorite Fingers, reality TV star Dwayne Dog the Bounty Hunter Chapman.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so all they do is send out a bunch of emails, and they also do snail mail. So they buy an email list from somebody or a hard address list from some of the other PACs, and then they just start spamming people and getting money from them. And this guy swears he's not making any personal money off of this.
Of course not.
No, he just does it because he loves Sheriff Clark so much that he wants to pressure him into running for the Senate.
Oh, good God.
Oh, my God. And some of these emails are ridiculous. One of them has this header. It says, Sheriff Clark for U.S. Senate. The Black Rush Limbaugh with a badge. Like, oh, that's kind of ballsy. And, yeah, so more than 100,000 people have signed the PAC's pledge to support Clark's non-existent candidacy. This is gross. This is really disgusting.
Well,
they've gotten 20,000 people to send them donations, and they're building up an email list that they can then turn around and rent, which is what you do with an email list. And you can rent them for up to, let's see, he was getting up to $40,000 at a time for a PAC that he started to draft Ben Carson to run for something.
Well, as you know, because I brought this up previously on a show right around CPAC. Unfortunately, you weren't there, but Dog the Bounty Hunter and his wife, Brittany, what's her name?
Babette? I don't know.
I don't know, yeah. They were making the rounds at CPAC on Radio Row. Mm-hmm. And Dog... Dog was walking up and down Radio Row, and he had a walking stick. It was like a staff. It was almost taller than him. He's like about 5'4". This thing had to have been 5 foot tall, 5 foot long, and he's just walking. And it's not like a cane. He's not using it to prop himself up in any way. He's just walking with this giant stick. Look at me! Look at me! Look at me!
They got top-notch security they got going on.
Right? You think they would have let me walk in?
Just let this lunatic run around with a fucking stick.
That's where he hides his bear mace.
Oh, he probably keeps his self-tanner in there.
No, but there's no way in hell they would have let me in the building with that thing.
No.
And there's Dog walking around, but I wonder what his cut is for the sheriff.
Oh, he's definitely
Clark
on the take
PAC.
for this.
Of course.
For this guy's PAC, yeah.
I mean, I wonder if it's something small. Like, okay, you know what? You don't have to be a part of this at all. Here's $10,000. We just are going to put your name on the board of directors. You won't have to do anything. And then occasionally we'll send out an email that will pretend that you wrote. That's all you have to do. Here's 10 grand. Go buy yourself another walking stick. The hell? We're in the wrong business, Tracy.
I know. We could be seriously grifting right now.
Yeah. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start a draft Mark Levin for Senate.
Virginia,
in
sure.
Virginia. And we're going to put Chumley on the board of directors.
Well, he does like the Pawn Stars.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah, back when I used to listen to his show, he had Rich Harrison on quite a few times.
Okay, this is a moneymaker. And
he hit it right on the head.
Yeah. And then we will try to get old ladies to send us money so we can go buy a Bernie Sanders beach house somewhere.
Sure.
But I'm really passionate.
No, the deal is to build up the list.
Yes.
That's the whole point of this, is building up these lists that you can then rent to other campaigns.
But I'm really passionate about the idea of Mark Levin running for Senate.
Well, and the sad thing is you could get money out of people.
Yes.
It's just gross.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't pick Mark Levin. He's a lawyer.
We should just do it on the Democrat side, Fingers.
Oh, you're right.
I would feel less bad taking money from old Democrats.
You know what? I'm really intrigued with Katy Perry's plan to fight terrorism. I think we should draft Katy Perry to run for Senate in Wisconsin.
Well, we could see how stupid people really are, and we can say we can draft Katy Perry to be the next UN ambassador. As if that's some kind of an elected position, which I'm sure most people don't know.
And we'll call it the UN PAC or UNPAC.
Yes. Can we unpack that a little bit? It's one of those other phrases that I can't stand. Like nothing burgers. Can we unpack that? That's just a way of avoiding saying, I'm too stupid to understand what you meant. Could you break that down a little bit for me?
Well, that's shorter.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the Trump anchor baby exchange. What would you rather me call them? How about the American citizen born children of undocumented... Nope, anchor babies.
Oh, I think we're on to something. The unpack.
Yes.
I'm not a greedy man. If I only get $100,000 out of the elderly with this idea, I'm fine with it.
That's all we need each, though. Each.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Fine. A year.
And that's tax-free, right?
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Unbelievable. We're in the wrong business. In the wrong business.
This ethics stuff is a bitch.
What was that guy's name? Jack Ruby? What was his name? The PAC guy?
Jack Ruby, I don't know. Now you got me thinking about Oswald getting shot. We're back to JFK again?
Yeah.
The PAC guy, this guy in the article, his name's John Daly.
John Daly. Well, I'm going to call him Jack Ruby.
Okay. Oh, no, his name is Jack Daly. Sorry.
Jack Daly. Right.
It's confusing because it's Jack Daly. The story's in the Daily Caller. There's a lot of Daly going on.
You know, I'm assuming that old Jack Daly probably at one point felt bad over grifting from senior citizens. Then he got into his BMW. I'm sure he thought, this isn't so bad. These are faceless old ladies I'm taking money from. I don't actually know them. And this lobster tastes pretty damn good.
But he keeps insisting that he absolutely wants Sheriff Clark to run, and he thinks that he can put the pressure on him, it'll happen.
Okay, so this is what we have to do. We have to find someone with national name appeal that we know would never run for office.
Ooh. I don't know, because immediately you think like Oprah, we could get a lot of money.
Oh man,
she might
draft Oprah. Yeah, but she'd probably sue.
Yeah, that's true.
And she's got a platform where she could come out in 20 seconds and say, listen, there's a PAC out there trying to scam all you old people who watch the show into sending them money to try to draft me to run for office. I'm not running for anything. And then the whole thing is gone. We have to pick someone with just enough national appeal where people will send us money, but they don't have a way other than tweeting to tell people that it's a scam. If you have any suggestions on who we should pick, tweet me at Fingers Malloy or at Tracy L. Connors. Let us know who should be the face of our scam PAC.
We might as well just call it Scam PAC.
Right? I'm telling you, wouldn't that be great?
Be upfront about it.
I would have no problems going on Tucker Carlson. I could be the face. Okay, so let me get this straight, Mr. Malloy. You started a PAC. It's called Scam PAC. And there's no purpose to it other than to enrich you and your partner, Tracy L. Connors. Is that what you're telling me? Yes. Have you no shame, sir? No. No, I don't. If you could go to scampac.com, send me your donations there. I'll even post this interview on the website.
I'm trying to think of what the acronym could be, the scam. Send cash, all of it. Damn it, and the M just escapes me.
Motherfuckers.
There you go. Oh, send cash, all of it, motherfucker. That's the official name of our PAC, Tucker. I just want to let you know.
Yes.
We did apply for all the necessary licenses and whatever the fuck the government makes you go through so that you can take money from old people by promising them stuff that's never going to come true.
But this will tick you off, Tucker. They're dragging their feet because I'm a right winger.
Yes.
You should be upset about this. Look into
Lois
it.
Lerner may be gone, but her legacy lives on. Or shit. And maybe we can team up with Cenk Unger's PAC, the Wolf PAC. That's entire purpose is to get money out of politics by sending him money.
See?
It's a good word. It's a great gig. Scam PAC.
Tucker, I know that you may seem upset, but you're not nearly as mad as I am because of the government getting involved and dragging their feet. We've only been able to build one wing of the beach house. So, if you could use Fox News to pressure the government, shed some light on the fact that they are discriminating against our PAC because we're conservatives and it's still a bunch of filthy liberals over at the IRS, treating us differently than they would one of their progressive friends, I'd really appreciate it. And in fact, I will put a huge portrait of you in the pool room of the beach house.
And Tucker, we're planning on drafting you. We're planning on putting out an appeal next week to draft you
Yes.
to run for Senate in Virginia. Yeah. Could you please not denounce us?
At the very least, you could be on the board of directors. We'll get you a walking stick like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Great. This Fox gig isn't going to last forever, Tucker. This has to happen. All right.
Okay. We'll start the paperwork. We got to find us a scammy attorney.
Yeah.
That'll help. And we can appear on television with our scammy attorney who can constantly tell us, like, as your attorney, I think you should not answer the question.
I'm sure Gloria Allred's available.
And then you just say, shut up. You're probably right.
Give her a cut.
She'll be available when I file a suit against you. So I can take all the money.
Yeah. Oh, damn
and
it.
have 2 beach houses.
Yeah. It's all falling apart before it even started.
Yeah. I've already seen how this ends and it's not pretty. I think we should call the whole thing off.
But seriously, I don't know how this dude sleeps at night.
I can't tell if he is sincere or not. I would like to see a video interview of him and think like he could be some, guy that's a little bit touched. That's just like, if I keep building this infrastructure and putting pressure on my political heroes, surely one of them will run for office. That's why I send out, emails with the heading that says Sheriff Clark is the Black Rush Limbaugh. Or Black Rush Limbaugh with a badge. Do you know how long it took me to come up with that?
I guess for legal...
These things come to me in dreams. Yeah.
I guess for legal purposes, I should state right now that maybe his intentions are honorable.
Yeah. You're worried about him suing you?
Hey, it's looking like he's... Well, no, I won't say that because I don't want to get sued. But I just can't... We've met so many people in the movement, in this business, that after you got done talking to them, you wanted to go back to your hotel and take a shower because they're that filthy, and not with them.
I'll say it. I don't care.
I don't care. I do what I want.
I don't care. No, I don't.
Catch me
there are
outside.
a lot of scammers around.
There's a lot of scammers out there. We've run into them. And so it's very easy to jump to conclusions when you see something like that, but it just doesn't look good. I mean, Sheriff Clark isn't going to run for the Senate.
No. He's flat out said he's not going to.
And we've all heard politicians over the years say, well, I'm not running, and then they run, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen with this guy. And yet, there it is. And I've mentioned this before, and you brought it up earlier. I keep getting emails from this PAC trying to draft Laura Ingraham to run for Senate in Virginia. About once every 3 weeks, I'll get an email. I'll think to myself, I wonder how much money they're raising off of this. Because Laura Ingraham... So you want me to believe that Laura Ingraham, who was just named once again the top 20 most influential people in talk radio by Talkers magazine, is going to leave her nationally syndicated radio show to run for office. Okay.
Hey, it could happen.
Okay.
If I can get 200,000 people to sign this petition, she'll totally consider it. They don't even have to live in Virginia.
Oh, God. In the wrong business. How many of these emails do you get in a day?
None.
You don't get any like this?
Mm-mm. I mean, I might have. I've unsubscribed from stuff, and I have a pretty good spam filter, and I never check my spam. So they could just be languishing over there. Who knows? Maybe I've gotten a help us draft Sheriff Clark email, for all I know.
I haven't checked my spam in a while.
Uh-oh. That's where all your moveon.org ones are going.
No, I've some of my moveon.org stuff goes there. But most of it, my spam filter is filled with like Sherry's berries, Nutrisystem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is right here. Should I read this?
Sure.
This is from Timothy. The subject line, run, Laura Ingraham, run. Please add your name. Dear friend. Oh, that's nice. He's my friend. Conservative talk radio host Laura Ingraham is considering challenging liberal Democrat Tim Kaine for U.S. Senate in 2018. What? Have you ever heard her say that?
No.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. maybe I'll take this email at face value when it says, over the past 2 months, she's continued to publicly discuss the possibility of taking on Tim Kaine. I've never heard her talk about taking on Tim Kaine.
I haven't either, but I have to admit that I don't tune in to her or go out of my way to read clips of what she said in the press.
Well, I just recently, when seen talking to him at a bipartisan charity event in Washington, Ingram joked that it was her first debate with Tim Kaine.
Oh, there you go. Smoking gun.
That's why I'm personally asking you to please take a quick 10 seconds to sign your official Draft Laura petition to encourage Laura Ingram to run for United States Senate. Also, you can, once you sign, if you could chip in $5 or $10 to help offset the cost of the program, I'd really appreciate it. So, should I forward this email over to you so you could send them $10,
Please.
Tracy?
Please. Nothing would make me happier.
Draft Laura Ingram. I hear she's a nice lady.
Oh? Was that sarcasm?
Maybe.
I was like, because I've heard some not nice things about her.
I've heard she's gone through about 60 producers in the last 5 years.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I'm sure she's wonderful. She's an attorney, Fingers. Can it?
Damn.
We've got a scam pack to get off the ground here.
Well, if she's an attorney, I'm sure she's a nice person, Tracy.
Yes. Lovely. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows all day long with her.
I will say she has gotten better looking over the years.
Huh. Okay.
I'm laughing. I'm being sincere there.
All right.
She's found the fountain of youth.
Oh.
There you go. Like
maybe she can share that with the people of Virginia when she becomes their senator. Here's the location of the Fountain of Youth. I mean, that's a good campaign, platform. I will share with you what Ponce de Leon was searching for all those years ago.
Well, and let's face it, everyone looks pretty youthful and attractive standing next to Tim Kaine.
Oh, yeah. Except for Harry Reid. Kind of miss him.
Do you?
A little bit.
Oh, couldn't stand his voice.
Schumer's just not doing it for me. Well, yeah.
Don't go to Bally's alone. You could get hurt. The exercise equipment. Barely got out alive. Such a weasel.
He is. He is. He's probably living it up somewhere. Getting a fat paycheck from a bunch of different places for lobbying activities.
We're in the wrong business. Oh, that's what we should do. Draft Harry Reid for the United States Senate.
Genius. Think he'd come back? He could totally be convinced. Oh, we could just cut him in on it. He'd probably be like, that's a great scam, kids. Why I didn't think of that. Good one.
Just stay away from these guys over there. They'll kick your ass like they kicked mine. Anything else, Tracy?
I think we've just about covered everything I had on my list. I don't think we have enough time to get into the IT scandal that's going on with the Democrat members of Congress and 3 Pakistani brothers.
Manny, Mo, and Jack?
No. Shockingly, that's not their names.
Oh, that's the Pep Boys.
Okay. No, their names are Abid, Imran, and Jamal.
Oh.
But we can talk about them next week. Because it's quite the interesting goings-on that most of the media is not talking about for reasons that I'm sure you can suss out on your own.
I'm sure by the time we record our show next week, that story will have blown up.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know.
People will be woke, Tracy.
It could happen.
Yeah.
You never know what'll happen in a week, right, Fingers?
That's right.
But it is a holiday, so probably not much.
So the new format here, we're going to start releasing these on a Friday. Mm-hmm. The not FCC compliant show, and then Sundays, the Wham show will be released on enoughалready.us. And where can everyone find all these podcasts besides enoughалready.us, Tracy?
You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and at enoughалready.us. And you can also like our Facebook page. We post stuff there from time to time. Yeah,
that's a good idea. Do that.
You can catch the Enough Already Daily briefly over on the Facebook page and also on the SoundCloud. We're not pushing it out on the RSS because we don't want to spam you. We're saving that for when we launch Scam Pack.
That's right. All right, then. I guess that's it for this week. Or I'm used to saying this week, but now we're doing 2 shows. So I guess that's it for now.
Correct.
Thanks for listening. Have a great holiday weekend. We'll be back soon with an all-new Enough Already.
The best place for news, fake news, commentary, and fake commentary is enoughалready.us.